This is Vection. And yeah, I know that intro is cringy, but it's a sweet memory. And I'm sorry if I get glare. There's nothing I can do. I've tried everything. And I don't have proper equipment to do the little tips and tricks that most YouTubers do. I just have my little Pixar lamp over here. So this video is gonna be about pretty much health and my health. Not in general, but you know what I mean. So I'm gonna have a breast reduction very, very soon. And with that, I am hoping to be more active. Now, here's the deal. For over a decade, have been trying to lose weight like a normal person. And I'm not a normal person. Now, I've been called weird by everybody. I do mean everybody. Strangers call me weird. Friends, family. The ones I hold nearest and dearest call me weird. They say it lovingly. Strangers are like, she's okay. She's a little, but she's nice. And, I have depression and ADHD. Now, it took me a long time to figure out I had ADHD. I just thought it was depression. And I don't know how to say this, but like, everybody in my family has it. Why wouldn't I have it? Both of my parents they weren't diagnosed, obviously, because that wasn't a thing for them. They just called it, oh, you're fidgety. But my dad, we used to call him squirrely. He was a squirrel, and he was just bouncing around. He never finished projects, and my mom always had to do something. Sorry, there's a pop-up on my phone. My mom always had to do something. She felt like she was dying inside if she had to sit still for more than 2 minutes. She couldn't watch a movie. She never sat through a full movie. She always had to be folding clothes, doing something. Now, my brother Cody had it worst. He had ADD, ADHD. He couldn't focus in school. So my mom took him out of school and homeschooled him. And he did a lot better. I have to say, my siblings are very smart. They're incredibly smart. We have character flaws. I've complained about them on my channel. But they are incredibly smart. And it's sad that in my day and age, the educational system just said, screw you guys. You can't learn like normal people, but screw you. And sorry, I know this is a tangent, but that kind of breaks my heart. So, I kind of just didn't realize it until I was older. Closer to 28 years old when I figured out, oh my God, my mom and dad have it. All my siblings have it. I have it. Now, I didn't know much about it. I just knew like, oh, you fidget. That's it. It's not. There's so much more. And this affects my health because I have no impulse control. And I say that, and it has taken a lot of willpower and energy to control my impulses. Now, there are things like impulse buys, like the candy when you're checking out somewhere. I would just grab a candy bar, like, ooh, I want that, I'm gonna get it. Nowadays, I'm constantly doing a mantra in my mind going, you don't need it, it's unhealthy, you don't need it, it's a waste of money. Now, sometimes I'm on my period, I'm like, I'm gonna get it, because I'm a woman, I love chocolate on my period. No questions asked. But that takes so much mental strain and energy to do. Constantly. And with depression along with the ADHD, I had many problems trying to be healthy, especially with bad bouts of depression. Like, I didn't want to cook. I don't have energy to cook. Like, I just felt like a dried up slug on a sidewalk. I feel like I'm not able to move. I possibly could, but, you know, it's just that hard. And I've learned some tips and tricks that help, like keeping a huge container of water where you sit down a lot or that you pass by in your apartment a lot. And one rule that I have personally, try to have at least 2 full meals a day. At least 2. A lot of times I will just want to eat chips and salsa for a meal, or just have some cottage cheese with tomato or oranges and call that a meal. It's not a full meal. It's not healthy. Okay, there could be worse things to eat, but it's not an actual meal. So at least 2 meals and maybe 1 depression meal. Like, I'm scheduling, I'm kind of giving myself a little leeway. That's the word I'm thinking of. Give yourself a little leeway. And that has helped. And setting an alarm or a reminder to get up and do something has helped so much. And just setting timers, period. It keeps you focused. I generally give myself like 30 minutes to knit, and then I have a timer for reading, and it just keeps me on schedule. Now, I know some days that I just can't get out of bed, and I'm having a hard time, and I'm in bed like 2 hours past when I should have gotten up. And of course, owning a dog and having to walk her and feeling bad for her, the sympathy and empathy kind of work in my favor. And I'm like, oh, that poor dog, she probably has to go to the bathroom. And that helps a lot. Having a companion or somebody say, hey, I really need to go on a walk. Do you think you can help me? That can help your person who has neurodivergency. Sorry, my brain is just kind of slowly defragging. And I'm hoping that after my breast surgery, I won't have chronic pain, and I can exercise properly, which will help with the dopamine, which will help against depression. Because when I went to the gym 3 or 4 times a week, when I lived at my old place, I was happier and more stable and just more even. And I feel like once that happens for me here, sky's the limit. That's it. I mean, I really want to go to the doctor once my health is on the uptick after my surgery and see my options for ADHD medication. Because my depression was real bad where I used to live. Now my ADHD is real bad when I live here. I don't know why, but I get hyper focused on crocheting or knitting, and I don't get enough done in my day. I fight myself to go cook a meal or go clean a little bit, and it takes so much energy and willpower to get stuff done. And I'm hoping that with better physical health, that I can then work on my mental health. I don't know who I'm going to be, but I'm suddenly very excited for it. I want to be the best version of myself, for myself and for my husband, because he deserves it. He has been supportive and helpful, a bit confused, but so was I. And I want to pay it back. I want to finally get a job that I won't be in pain when I'm trying to help someone. Have my brain work properly so I can focus on my task. And bring in revenue so I can lift the burden off his shoulders. I want to be able to live life. I want to go hiking and biking and swimming and doing cartwheels again. And I'm really excited for it. I'm not sure how quickly I'm going to get a professional diagnosis and all that, but it'll happen. Not sure when. A lot quicker than this breast surgery. That's taken over a decade, but I'm excited. And just a little tag note before I end my video. I've officially just stopped caring whether I have a kid or not. I've been trying for so long. And with my mental health not exactly where it's supposed to be, I would like to have my ADHD and depression kind of figured out before I even think of having a kid. And that's probably a year or two down the line. By then, I'm going to be in my mid-30s. So my ovaries are going to start drying up. And yeah, I'm a little heartbroken, but I have beautiful nieces and nephews. I took care of a lot of babies in my time. And I can always adopt. There's always a beautiful kid out there. I don't even think I want to adopt a baby or even the youngest of kids. I just want to help one other human being for a little while. Help them grow. Just one more time before I end up in the dirt. And to do that, I need to have a healthy neck and back and good mental capacity. So, we'll see where this journey goes. Bye, YouTube.